Check. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. How's everybody's Sunday? How's everybody's weekend so far? AMD and Coin. AMD is on my list, so we are definitely going to go over those for sure. Going to open up something real quick and then we'll let people trickle in and get started. Che, good to see you in here. How was your weekend so far? Hopefully good. Rena, good to have you as usual. Hopefully your weekend's good and the storm is out of your vicinity. I think you're down in that area. Hopefully everything's all right. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just looking up some stuff on kind of show you the price action we got last week and why we got it or why I think we got it. We'll look up one thing here. 24th. Yeah. Anybody have any other requests? Put them in the chat. We got a smaller group tonight. That's kind of the usual, at least for me on Sundays. That's all right. Definitely AMD, NVIDIA, Amazon, Microsoft for big tech. That's definitely what I'm watching. Got some smaller port stuff too, slower movers, but LEU. Not heard of that one yet. Cool. Let's write these down. Cool. All right, guys, those of you that are here, I don't want to waste anyone's time, so we will get started. As I always start, going to kick things off with SPY and QQQ, kind of where I think, where we're at, why we're at, where I think we're going possibly, some things to watch on it, and then we'll dive into the names that you guys want to see as well. But I guess a little recap of last week, we were back here on Sunday, and we've seen this big, this 569, 570 pocket, kind of push around, kind of chop, range, whatever you want to call it. We got some data on Thursday, I believe it was, and we kind of pushed. We got a new all-time high, which, if you didn't swing into data when we make all-time highs, that is your that's your cue to get out. And as you guys can see on this 4-hour candle, it's like we opened, quick little pop to 575 on the penny, and then a hard sell hard sell for that 4-hour candle. And so, you never want to be chasing that move. If you see a pre-market, oh, we're pumping, we're going to go, you never want to, the quote or the joke of buying the top. Like, this is a perfect example of, if you didn't catch the breakout, you always hear me say you're late to the party. You don't want to chase that. You just want to watch some price reaction. So this rejected pretty hard after the open, if I can recall. A little bit of recovery into that 573, into Friday, push up and ultimately reject and close lower. So for me, it can very much change. Actually, let me go back really quick. I'm going to bring up this. It's a little bit of a sidetrack, but a little bit important as well. This is unusual wells, you guys. And so going back to when we see price action like this, like consolidation, whatever you want to call it, like this zone in here, consolidation, range, chop, whatever you want to call it. When you see stuff like that, and you see me on the trade floor, last week, I was saying, hey, they're going to be pinning us at 570, 571. Things open up late next week. So what I was doing on that, you guys, on unusual whales, you can see where big money's positioned. And this was September 24th last week. So that was Tuesday. And so when you see big clusters, a big spike here at 569, the 569 strike on SPY down here in Gamma, and 570. So when it's not skewed to one side, that is kind of my thought, and that was kind of my reasoning of trying to maybe drop some breadcrumbs or help you guys of just scalp the range, take the range, because I didn't or wouldn't expect a big breakout. Because what's happening here is you're getting big pulls on the upside, but you're getting big pulls on the downside as well. And so we've seen each day, you can see how that 571 was that big pin, that big spike throughout the week last week. And so when you see stuff like that for 3 days and we don't break over it, for me, the price target is and was last week to play at or around 571. And you can see last week, let me delete this. We pushed up, and got those failed rejections at 571. We pushed up, late 2 weeks ago and ultimately sold underneath that 571. Let me, I guess, maybe mark it just so it's easier if you guys are on your phone. It is this thicker line here. And so you can kind of see how we reacted when we get to that 571 last week. Push up, you know, again, if you caught this dip, because this candle here on the 4-hour opened here, big dip down, but big buy back up. And ultimately that 571, you can see that was kind of our area. And so my point of all this is I think and I hope, you know, this week things are going to open up. We need to see when market opens tomorrow, kind of see how things are placed. But looking into the week, you can see how things have changed kind of drastically. This doesn't mean, you know, 557. You can see the big spike here. Doesn't mean get bearish, but you can see how we closed, where we closed, and, you know, maybe pre-market, maybe early in the day, we target this 570 tomorrow. And so things like that, now that we kind of have a skew to one side, these can act as magnets for price action. So I just want to point that to you guys of, I know there was maybe a lot of frustration last week on, you know, why are we not getting the breakout? Why are we not getting a big trend day when, you know, scalps ultimately won? You know, you could, if you caught this top, you could treat this as a very, very nice big, you know, $4 sell down, big payday. But I seen that activity last week, and I was hands off on SPY, and, you know, trying to get people to just scalp it. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not rambling, but I just want to point that out to you guys. But now that we're done with that, some things to look at, some things I'm looking at. This purple, you know, stair-stepped line is the daily 9. So if we go the daily, you're going to see that purple line, dashed line that is, and where that's at, where that's creeping. And so let's go the 1 hour. Yeah, I think the 1 hour will work. But as you can see, we sold down as of now through that 571. And so big support is a support until it's not. Okay. So my game plan tomorrow is fairly simple. It doesn't have to work that way. But if we open pre-market and we push into 571, I'm either trimming my calls and getting out at 571, or I'm watching that reaction. If we continue to get rejections at 571 on SPY, I'll be short on SPY, because what I'm expecting or hoping is something like this price action here last week. So as you can see, when we sell down and push under, a support is now resistance until it's not. So I'm treating 571, if we open under that tomorrow, 571 is my ceiling, like I always say. 571 is my top zone resistance until it's not. If we break over and we trend all day, great. On Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is, that's fine. Over 571, a breakout and retest, I'll be bullish. But since this big zone here, we can see we are now under it, we must treat it as resistance. Okay, you don't want to sell into 570 and watch it go up $1 and then go, okay, I'm going to get into some calls now. Like that's the entire saying of being late to the party, or being late or chasing. You know, you don't want to chase. You hear me say that on trade floor. You know, don't be late to the puts party, or don't be late chasing puts, or even same thing with calls. To me, 571 and 569.3 ish, and then top zone 572.88. If you only mark 3 levels tomorrow, you know, they're big ranges, but those are the 3 that really matter this week to me. And so for me, I want to see, I'm hoping to see, and I'm expecting this is going to kind of open somewhere like this tomorrow and early this week. So this daily 9 plus a support, you know, you don't want to chase puts down here, because, you know, when we catch those swings, those big bounces, those hard bounces, that's where big money's going to be positioning, I imagine. So we sell down, maybe we, you know, we've seen that, you know, options volume on 570 early tomorrow. If it gets there and sells through it, I would definitely be on bounce alert here, because when you see big wicks like this, you know, you don't just go, oh, it bounced. You go, man, that's a big bounce. They bounced hard. Why'd they bounce there? That's a big support. So tomorrow, 569.3 ish. I mean, I'll just actually do it now to save some time. I'm definitely setting some alerts. And tomorrow, pre-market zone, definitely some alerts. Any questions on SPY, my thesis, my outlook, you guys, for you guys that are here, why I'm looking at that? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys as a trader. We can see that big cluster here from last week before the breakout. And so there's a lot of volume there at 571. So again, if you're late and you see a big smackdown, you're like, well, why do we sell down? That's why. Okay. And I guess one could argue we might even have a bit of a trend line here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Kind of, sort of. We don't really catch these wicks. We catch this price action here. So maybe that's not the best trend line to have, but you get the point. Any questions on SPY? If not, I'm going to go to Qs and then we'll dive into your guys' request list. No questions? All right. QQQ. Zoom out just a bit. Got a nice breakout on Thursday and ultimately rejected again. Let's draw a line here. As I say, you know, it's probably 494, almost to the penny, pretty much, right? So 494, look at that. It makes sense to me. Because we broke 494 here on July 17th, hard selling pressure, hard sell. So what do I always say? First time back there, damn right. There's sellers parked there. There's bears parked there. You know, people are hitting the sell button right there. So again, hopefully, you know, you swung that day and got out some good profits, didn't oversleep, whatever it is. But now Qs kind of easy for me. You know, looking at the chart, similar thing as SPY. I'm looking for this retest down here. 484 is my zone here on Qs. Maybe we gap down a little bit. That would be kind of a blessing. So we get to that price action quicker. But a small gap down, we open, we trickle into that 484. You know, that's where you safely take your call bounce, 484 on some QQQ calls, because you're going to have the daily 9 creeping up. So you have two influences or confluences of support on why you could or should take that. Again, maybe we gap down under 484 hypothetically, you know, for whatever reason we gap down pre-market tomorrow. I'm treating 484 as resistance until it's not. That's a pretty big spot for me that I either want to see, you know, some Monday range action here where we do something like this. But ultimately, if you want to be a bull or a buyer, you want to see this hold this week, and whether we bounce and curl up or whatever we do, if we start seeing rejections come down here, rejections, like this is where you draw your support resistance, and 484 should be your big level. Kind of quick over this, but I want to go over the names you guys requested. Does anybody have any questions on Qs? Does it all make sense to you guys? Hopefully, but we got some moving averages catching up. So this week will be not easy to trade, but for me, I always want to take the back test on levels. I never want to play or guess a breakout with no, I mean, this is all-time highs, but SPY was, but on Qs, we have information here to go from, but I never want to chase an all-time high play at all, because it's a little bit of a guessing game. Where's it going? How high is it going? We don't know. And so definitely those two are the ones to watch. iPhone says Costco, definitely. Starbucks, definitely. Let me write those down, but I'm going to go in the order I've seen them. Starbucks, and that is AMD, which is a good one because kind of just like we just talked about here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's go to the 4 hour, kind of see where we're at for some context, you guys. This is the 4 hour chart. You probably know where I'm going with this. Big spot here at show price 162. Okay, so let's look at this together. Big picture here. You know, we can see all the way back of April this year, even 162. We get over it. You know, that's this big thick line here. Okay, over it, stay bullish. Under, selling pressure, rejection, big rejection. So for me, they may not make that easy on us, but AMD and NVIDIA, similar setups. And so ultimately, they pushed Thursday, you know, breakouts failed, whatever. A lot of the charts look the same. And so you probably already know where I'm going with this, you guys. I want to see a back test here. I don't know how quick we get here to 162, but you guys that always need help with charting or not that good or maybe newer, and you trade AMD or want to trade AMD, 162 for sure. Who was that? Jaya, I believe that's how you say it. Were you looking for day trade ideas, swing ideas, or whatever? Just you want me to look at the chart, let me know in the chat and I'll help you out. But a couple things here to watch, you guys. Big level here, 162, big level. JS is swing. I hope I'm saying your name right. So 162 big level, 200 daily underneath this yellow line, daily 9 underneath farther away, 20 MA underneath, even farther away. Okay, so we always talk about, hey, how do we catch those swings? This is how, where, and when you would do it. So if we start, get my drawing up here again, same thing. If we start trickling in, we hold this for maybe 1-2 days, and maybe Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday. That's where you get in. You say, you know what, I have a huge support here across all time frames, daily, 1 hour, 15 minute, whatever it is. You got the 200. It's gonna, because this moves really slow. This is a 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average. So this is going to start doing this, and as long as we don't dip down, it's going to slowly curl up, and that's going to be a huge support as well. So this is where you take your swing calls. You get late October, you get early November, get some 165, so 164, 166, something that makes sense. Don't go like 4 weeks out, 180 strike. That's just too far out of the money. It doesn't make sense. Quick disclaimer, if you want to buy time and you can't afford a realistic strike with a delta, I always say a delta of 30 or higher. So if you look at a strike price that has a delta of 0.02, that is a not good strike. If you have a delta of 0.42, that is a good strike. And so 162 is for me this week. If we get some nice, I say clean price action, that's where you take your shots. That's where you take your shots, because you have this price action here. So we come down here again, pre-market, we trickle down early in the day. That's where you catch the bounce. Maybe you don't play the open, and you want to let the opening range. We trickle down here, and the opening range, the first 90 minutes of the day is set, and lo and behold, it's set at 162. Absolutely, you try a calls bounce there, because if it fails, your risk is small, you guys. Your risk is small. You take your shots on bounces or calls where if you sell under, it's obvious. You don't hold down here to 159 and go, oh man, I sold through a $3 loss on this stock. No, you take a small stop out, because if we get 162 and there's selling pressure across the market, you probably know we're going to sell hard through that. But hopefully that makes sense. If you want to swing, I always say buy 2 weeks or more of time in a realistic strike price. Hopefully that is what you want to hear from AMD. Or I guess I didn't talk on the flip side. Maybe we open, we'll get some recent price action in here. I'm going to slap this line on here at basically 166. Why did I throw in there? Why was that so quick? Easy. To me, it's easy. When you see these big clusters of volume candles here, you guys, I'm on the 1 hour chart. This is what I call pivot points. So if you see us push up to 167 and reject again, don't be pissed because you chase calls up here. Look left and go, oh, 167, that released this 1 hour candle on Friday, sold us down. On Thursday, sold through 167 hard, push up, look at, close right at it, sold down, big bounce here, obviously, push back up, and ultimately a breakout. And so on the flip side, if we trickle up here, say a small gap up or push up pre-market, if you got into calls that open down here, you better be selling and securing, or, you get 10 of them, you better be selling like 8 of your 10 or 9 or whatever at 167. That's a big level. You don't want to be late trying to time this breakout and see this huge rejection here, and you're going to be hurting. So make your entries make sense, you guys. Coin going in the order I've seen them. Big breakout. I don't play coin a lot, so this will be fun to chart. We can kind of get some price action here. Ooh, I kind of already know what I'm seeing, what I'm liking, what I'm going to say. So definitely 191 flat. 191 flat. Look at that. I had no idea how that would lay out, you guys. That's why charting is kind of fun on a new stock name. Big breakout. A few minutes ago, I talked about catching that trend break, catching those swings. Remember talking about the daily moving averages, how they catch up and curl. Look at your daily 20 right here, this green. Overhead, 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 overhead. Now it's under. Daily 9, overhead, curl under, and now those are stacked under. And then this is the beauty of swings, you guys. You buy time, you buy into this consolidation zone, or you wait for a breakout, and then you catch this nice 2-day move here. 170 to 190, you kidding me? $20 move on this. Like, that's how you catch swings, you guys. You let these larger time frame moving averages catch up or get underneath you, and you take it with confidence, because you have all this support down here at 170. plus 2 moving averages underneath you. So that's three forms, of confirmation on why to take some calls there. Okay. Now on the flip side, if you haven't sold yet, you're late to the party, in my opinion. 190 or 191, excuse me, is huge. 191 is huge. Look at that. Break over, we trend up. Under, we get selling pressure. Okay, I can probably keep going back and how far it'll let me. I won't go too far to waste too much time, but even back here all the way April 30th of this year, we can see how when it gets around that 190 zone, we see the big bounce reaction. Okay, so tomorrow for you guys that are in coin or want to play coin, 191, just watch the price action. Don't FOMO, don't get greedy, whatever it is. Excuse me, watch the price action. Like, it closed there. It's no accident. Like, this is computers moving this money, you guys. This is no accident why they closed it almost to the penny right at 191. Okay, let's watch that position. Let's watch that price action tomorrow on 191. So we push up, we bounce, we fail the bounce. We're under 191. I'm short term. I'm bearish for a day trade under that zone. Push up, bounce, definitely be bullish over 191. Does that make sense? Fairly quick chart for me to decide on 191. And if we get the breakout, you just look left. We're going to have to look left for a little bit. But again, for a day trade, you break 191. You want to start looking this 192.5 zone, 192.5. Because you can see where these candles are closing, 192.5. You catch an even bigger move, start looking. Again, this is on the 4-hour, guys, so this is big price jumps. But for me, I look for these big candle moves, these big candle reactions. 194. Look at that big bounce there, 194. Okay, 194 here on August 29th, big rejection. So some levels to play with. If you guys are marking this following along, upside 191, 192.44, 194 flat. And then rejections, same thing. I'm definitely catching these candles right here. Basically 188. Again, that's a big $3 or $4 drop. But you catch a swing or you catch a big move, you catch puts, and you ride this all the way down. That's where I don't know where selling up huge. Like, you look at these big price level actions. And a zoomed in look, if we can get some price action on the 15-minute. Again, we sell under 191 for a day trade, definitely 189. You want to catch these wicks here. So reject this tomorrow, hypothetically. You look left immediately. You look left at this price action from Friday. Immediately, you should be thinking into this 189, sell or trim all. Small profits, take them all. Or small portfolios, only a couple contracts, take them all. Okay. Chase says, LEU unable to break 57-ish for quite some time. Seeing if we have any chance of swings and puts. Spreads are quite high. Yep, gotta watch those spreads, man. LEU energy sector, interesting. Let's go a larger time frame. All right, I'm just gonna start this out and mark where it rejected last week. Last week's high. That's always the easiest thing to do. Where did we close last week? Why did we close there? Let's zoom out and see where we're at. Ooh, big old double top from, oh shoot, January 18th. Okay. Well, if we go back farther, how's that line up? Yep. So Che, that makes sense why it's rejecting there. We can call it 58. We can call it 57-ish. If you're still here looking at that, that's a big level. Again, if you take puts, that's where you do it and know if they break over. Don't fight it. Even if that's tough. Even if you have time, it depends how much time. But you want to. When I say break over, I don't mean on 5 minutes. When I say like, a solid 30-minute or 1-hour candle breaks over that, that's where you might say, hey, I thought it was going to be weak or could be weak. Maybe I'm wrong or whatever, but don't fight it. But definitely a big level to watch for sure. So for me, 2 scenarios. I know you mentioned puts, but we'll just, bullish case is we open something like this, same thing, guys, pre-market, you know, it's a big level, but you got to treat it as support until it's not. And so 57, 52, like, because you have this here, you have this here, didn't quite get there, and you have this here. So this should, if we open over, it should be support, you know, and as I was saying, until it's not. Okay, so big spot here, but same thing. Maybe we trickle up, doesn't hold. Obviously, you know where I'm going to go with this, because breakdown, retest. Okay, same thing. And when I say breakdown, retest, if you guys don't know what that means, that is exactly this. Let's just say hypothetically this, you know, watch this spot here, breakdown, retest. You get your puts here, and you see that rejection, and you take your puts profit down into there. So a breakdown, retest, and that's where you get puts. You don't. One thing you don't do, you guys, this is gonna get messy, but I just want to show you. You don't want to watch this consolidation box here. Let's just pretend we're playing this price action here. Let's say you watch, let me just clear it. You watch this price action Friday. So you watch it reject. You don't take puts, you don't take puts, you don't take, and you let it get to this consolidation box or zone of 3 days, lots of volume here in 3 days. And you go, okay, now I'm gonna take puts here. And then you get a hard bounce. You're like, well, shit, why'd that bounce? It's like, look at all this information here, all this volume here. And so you guys, you must always have a trade plan. That's for me, where I'm like, when you short the bounce, when this bounces here, that's where you take your puts, because it's just this is your risk right here. Your risk is small, break over, I'm wrong. That's your risk, small zone. Your profit is all this zone down here, all this recent price action. So we talk about risk reward, small risk, big reward, you guys. You don't watch the move happen on a downtrend like this or puts, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get into puts now. It's like, no, you know, you miss the $2, $3 move, whatever it is, and now you want to get into puts down here at Friday's or previous day close. It's like, no, know your price action, have your zones, you guys. You have to chart out. Always chart out before you even think about entering anything. You must chart it out. Okay. Costco's gonna be tricky. I think they had ER within a couple days, but we'll take a look anyway. Maybe it won't be so tricky. Let's get the 4 hour. Yep, 4 hour. I'm already seeing a few levels here. Costco, are you looking for a day trade, swing, or just my thoughts? Let me know in the chat as get some levels here. Definitely want to grab that wick there. So actually very, very nice price action here in Costco. Let me get a drink. Swing usually by 2 months time. Perfect. All right. So Costco, I think we talked about this last week, which would be kind of nice. So what is this? 909. Well, let's call it 909 for speed of class. So I say, you guys, you know, we're on the 4 hour chart now. So we look for those big moves, big swing moves. Okay. 909, closed at it, hard sell down, over it, big moves over it. Okay. Under, big moves, under, big moves under. Okay. So now we broke that. Now where are we at? What do we do? How do we play this? Okay. I kind of marked this quick, but I think the wicks kind of make sense. 885.53, 885.53, 882, and your lower extreme. I'm not saying hold calls until this if you're going to be bullish, but lower extreme 874. Okay, that kind of gives us some price action here. This zone here, very nice, 885.53 down to 882. Yeah, it's a big $4 zone, but I'm looking because I want to see that price action similar to this. Okay, and so we sold through the daily 9 moving average, this purple dash line. We sold under the 20. Okay, so now you have 2 forms of resistance overhead. That's fine, we're not quite there yet. But now on a zoomed in look, for me, swing with time. You want to see this 886 hold tomorrow for sure. Okay, I can't tell you how quick to dive in, but that's the level. If it holds, you should be able to take calls with confidence, with time. You know, if you have 2 months of time, you know, 6-8 weeks, I don't think you want to hold through this $4 drop, but that is the next big support to watch. So I guess if you're following along at home, two big levels here, but ideally tomorrow, you want Costco to open over this zone. And again, same thing, you guys, push up, retest, you buy your calls there, your 888 calls, whatever you want to get, because you assume we're going to see a big candle reaction like this, a huge bounce up. Okay. Anything under this or anything under 882, I am not interested in being bullish on this. This is it's kind of a nice chart because tomorrow and this week we're going to get leg down, leg down, leg down, leg down, or leg, hold. And now what do we say? Oh, Costco just formed, what do we say? A higher low. So this is a low. Now we have a higher low than this one, or equal, whatever you want to call it. So that is your first sign, or your second sign as a possible reversal. So we held support, check that box. A higher low, check that box. Now you buy with confidence, with some time, assuming you bottom tick this spot here, with some time. Okay, where do I sell? Where do I sell? It's easy because you have some really nice levels, price action to look left on. Okay, you bottom tick here at 886. I'm absolutely taking profit at 885.50. I'm taking profit at 893. I know these are big zones, but I'm looking again this on the 30 minutes. So big zones of big moves here. So you catch this bottom tick here, you absolutely catch this rejection zone here from Friday. Like there's no way you bottom tick calls here. Let's just push all the way up. I don't care if it's November, December, January calls. I don't care. You catch this move all the way up and let this go all the way down to back to break even. That is really, really horrible trading, and you're being greedy because you're trading on a percent roll at the chart. You absolutely sell into this zone here because you're going to see some pushback here. That was a big pushback there on Friday's zone. So bottom tick, take that, ride that up. And then you just look left. You got all this price action here, recent price action. Starbucks is a interesting one. Starbucks. I think someone said, I see a couple more stuff going here in the chat. I'm trying to go quick as I can, guys, but be detailed as I can. What did they say? Sorry. Can you check Starbucks on bullish? Okay, that's what it was. Rodrigo. Yep. All right, let's take a look at this. Zoomed in chart. Big shaded area. 98. If you don't have 98 marked on your chart, Rodrigo, definitely need 98 charted. This is a huge overhead resistance, huge overhead supply, whatever you want to call it. So you want to be bullish, that's fine. For me, absolutely a breakout and retest of 98. Breakout and retest of 98. If it pushes and you're not already in, say we open down here around 97.50, you catch a nice 50-cent move, and you're not in yet, well, you need to wait and see that price action. This is a big level. I think it even makes sense. I don't want to speak too quickly. Yes, 98 makes sense. Weeks, months, years pass. So 98 is a very big spot. Please do not be late to that zone. But let's get a game plan because it's kind of possibly going to form some consolidation this week. So let me get this going here. So I definitely see this pocket, 96, we'll call 96 our floor or support. I'm going to say floor. So nice little range here, Rodrigo. You see those reactions off 96 when we get there. Big breakout over 96, huge move up. Sell through 96, we see what happens. You already know where I'm going with this. So it's a $2 range. That's pretty nice on Starbucks. So for me, right now, this is really, I want to be just day trading on this. Hopefully that's the answer you want, because if you look at it, we're pretty much smack in the middle of a big zone. Big overhead resistance, big support underneath at 96. And so, okay, yeah, you can buy calls here, but you're taking a 50-cent move up and you have to, or you should be selling. Or you take calls and you're like, okay, now do I gotta wait for 97 to hold? Now, okay, do I sell? Now I gotta wait to see if 96 holds. So now you're going, okay, I bought here at open, let's just say it's Monday, first trade of the day, you bought it, and now you're holding for a $1.50 move down, where it's like, no, you could have waited, be patient, wait for this 96 touch, and you also have the daily 9 moving average down here, two forms of support. So for me, I would probably just do something like this: set an alert above it, and one down here below, see if we tag it or trigger it Monday or Tuesday. Starbucks can make some big moves. You can see, and as you did see, it can make this move in a day or two. And so for me, if I'm being honest, I want to be patient on this name because it's not really ready for a swing either way. We need to see, break 96 to be bearish, whatever, break 98 to be bullish, or bounces on 96 to be bullish. So hopefully that goes over what you wanted. All right, you guys with multiple, I'm going to try and do one of them and swing back just for time. ELF, oops, I'm going in order I see them. Beauty, is this like women's stuff, makeup, or what is this? Ooh, this could be fun. Who said this? You don't have a name, your icon is just a downtrend. That's all right. That's not the point. Let's see what we got here. Big spot here. 122, let's just call it, or 112. Definitely. All you swingers out there, well, swing traders, that is. You know what I mean? Let's see why that's holding there. I bet that's a big level if we go back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to be bearish down here, because if you see a move from 138 down to 112 and you weren't riding it, or a move off 112 up to 220 and didn't be bullish, and now a move from 220 again and back down to huge support, and now you want to be bearish. I hope you don't want to be bearish on this name. I really hope not. So how do we catch a swing? How do we do it? This is how you do it. You see consolidation, and it's not consolidation, you guys, in a random zone. This is a very, very big level. What I mean, we need to look at this too. When we see this, it's like, say I didn't mark this level here, you had no idea what you're doing. It's like, why are we not dropping here? Like, you need to ask yourself, you're just one trader. This is, thousands of traders, whoever it is, big money, big brokerages, whatever it is, they're saying, you know what? I'm still a buyer here at 112. And they put their limit orders in, and they said, you know what? This is an ugly day. I think 112's coming. Lo and behold, when 112 comes, yeah, we get some dips below, but what happens? 112 gets reclaimed very, very quickly, within that day. So there is no way I'm bearish now if you weren't before. For me, this is potentially, again, potentially in air quotes, this is setting up for a breakout. Markets have been moving up, and this thing, whether this was news or earnings, I'm not sure, but this could be ready for a breakout. You could argue this market here, or dang it, or you catch these wicks, which might be better, maybe not. But all right, price action. What do we want to do here? So you can be blindly trading, and you can buy calls with time. I don't know the spreads on this, a 114 with time, but ultimately you want to wait for this to break out. The good news is support is holding for, well, since September 9th. So let's just call it 20 days. So 20 days, this support held, okay? Buyers are not winning to breakout. I mean, they did if you day trade this. Bears are definitely not winning a swing trade breakdown. They caught a one-day move. And so this is a big level. And when this breakout comes, you guys, this breakout should have some follow through steam, and it should come, pretty viciously. And so for me, it's hard because we're getting some wicks here. What you can do is, with time, every time it hits 112, you just blindly slap calls with time and hope and look for a breakout, or kind of this 114.4 zone here. You can kind of see some wicks pushing it down, some big rejections. But if we start getting a daily close over this 114.4, that should give you some confidence on if we start getting daily closes. So not a 5-minute close, a 15-minute, like a 4-hour, a daily, or a couple of days close over this 114. that's your green light to take some calls with time. And again, a lot of volume down here. So that's a lot of support volume, a lot of support, a lot of buyers are down here. So this is actually could be a very nice swing trade with some time. But again, just day trade this thing, this $2 range until you get the breakout. Or if that 112, we break under this range down here, 112 down to 107, that's a $5 drop. That's where you got to go, hey, they just broke a huge support that held for 20 days. It's time to be bullish or bearish, time to be sell mode on this, because you broke something that held for 20 days. That means buyers gave up. You got your moving averages overhead now. So that's another, reason to be bearish. So big spot here. Good, kind of a good point out. Very nice. I'll try and get back to your other names, but I want to get to some other ones. Norvin says SG. SG, why is that my phone? Sweet green. Ooh, a little bit of consolidation here. I'm on the 4-hour. Immediately, I see this. And maybe this, a little sloppy, but we got this. So for you chart people, I guess that's, is that a pennant, I think? So for me, got this 37, 36.6, 36.6, big zone here. 36.6, over that, I'm a bull. Breakout over trend line, I'm a bull. Under it, we see the moves in the follow through. So when that gives way, big sell, multi-day sell, big multi-day sell. Come back here, big sell down during the day. Under there, big sell during the day. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water. Friday, is that after hours? So what is that? Nope, even. So this is zoomed in. Look, you guys, on the 15. So 36.6. That's our spot. That's the spot to watch. But also, yeah, we rejected 36.6, but guess what we got now? We got an hourly 20 moving average underneath us. We got the daily 9 underneath us. And so this thing is primed. I don't know tomorrow. I don't know a week, but excuse me. Big move setting up here. Big move for me on this one. So nice one, Norvin. I like that. But breakout over here, be long, stay long, take some swings, whatever it is, but break that level. Big spot there. But break this trend line, break, I don't know, 35. It's time to maybe not be bullish on it for a while. All right, up to that one. I just want to get to everyone, make sure they can answer. La La Land said, I think that's Intel, right? INTC. Let's see what we got on that. Ooh, big move, all right. Ooh, earnings sell. All right, let's get some levels here. Another name I never play, so this is fun. Big smackdown. Let's just get a one-line chart going here. La La Land, are you looking for a swing day trade? Let me know in the chat. Let's see. Oh, I'm kind of behind the chat. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are replying to some of the tickers I'm looking over. Sorry about that. INTC, this level. Let's just go back, see how far. 2-month swing. All right. You want to be a bull, a bear, or you just want advice? Let's see. Day trade. Oops, sorry. I got to go back. I just want to see this level here, what it's doing, why it's sticking to that level. Yep, look at that, you guys. That's kind of fun with charting. I like that. That's always fun. So one line chart, you guys. If you've seen how it's zoomed in, slap the line on and look at. So this is nice. This makes it easy on me. This is it's it is an indicator, but it's also a term I made up. 2450 is your pivot point. Break over. I'm on the daily, you guys. When we're over 2450, we see the moves that it puts in. Granted, this was a gap down. We see the moves that, it is. So there's a ton of volume here, La La Land, at 2450. So I zoomed in look here for some price action for you. I'm now on the 30-minute chart. Okay. So what we did on that daily, guys, we pushed up to a level and rejected. It's like, okay, why do we push up or rejected? Like, this is super easy trade for me, at least in my eyes. And we seen, what do we do on Thursday? We pushed up to an old level where when you see this, you guys, this is literally just big sell orders just sitting here, literally saying, it's algos literally saying, we come back here, boom, sell order 2550, just sell it all. And that's what happens. You get that big rejection. So what do? Sell down, hard rejection, actually kind of pre-market Thursday. What do we do Friday? Oh, I'm getting a breakout. Nope, no, you're not. Huge sell order still parked here. So this is a no-brainer, easy trade for me. Push up. Okay. Day trade. Oh no, you said swing. I'm sorry. Okay. Swing is going to be kind of hard. For now, you have to, if we open here, you have to take your day trade profits here. Like, the move is going to be nice. So 23.80 up to, you're getting almost $1 move. So whatever your delta is, like that's going to be a good payday. If you bottom tick here on Friday's close, you take calls, that's going to pay you nice. Just take it, and you literally just rinse and repeat. Take calls, sell your calls, just take profit. You cannot, I don't care if it's November expiration. Again, you cannot open here, 85% profit. Oh, but I want to break out, and it comes back down. You give it back 50% profit. Like, to me, that is bad trading. I don't care if you have 8 weeks time, 3 months time, whatever it is, you need to play the chart. And the chart says you sell here until we get the breakout. Okay. Or say you're in 10, sell 9 of them here and watch what the reaction does. Okay. Say tomorrow I'm dead wrong, tag me in trade floor, go, hey, we finally broke out. That would be awesome. Because what you do, you break out, look for a retest if you're not already in it, and then you just ride that wave. And now, unfortunately, yeah, you sold 9 of your November contracts here, but guess what? Now you have this breakout and you're just letting that runner run stress-free. You're up 100%, 150%, whatever it is you're riding, because now this is support. 2450 is your support and should be until it's not. But I know you said swings. This is your ceiling, whether you like it or not. It's your ceiling until it's not. Okay. One thing to note here, higher low, higher low, higher low. So again, if you're a bull, you want to see an open somewhere around here, just hypothetically, quickness for class, and you want to see a push up. And then we push up and break out. And guess what? This higher low, again, hypothetically, this would be too easy. This higher low now is not only a higher low, but it's over a huge, what was resistance is now hopefully support. Okay. And so ride this. Price action is getting tight, but to me, you got to day trade this until you get a confirmed breakout. Or if you want to be, I guess I didn't ask, or you said you want to be a bull. Okay, yeah. Take the day trades here until we break out. But again, we break out over this, and it's on. Like, you ride the trend, ride the wave, whatever you want to call it, and you use, if you bottom tick down here, absolutely use 2450 as your stop out zone. So again, if you know how to trade, you guys, I trade on levels, not percent. So as long as 2450 holds, be a bull on that. All right, the single request, I got caught up, so now I'm going back. Actually, let me do a couple small port ones. We're running late on time because I think it's necessary. Starbucks we went over. I want to go over these, you guys, because I think it provides a very good, some very good day trades that, I know people don't trade these a lot. I don't care. I like to trade them. Disney 95 finally broke out. That's a big level. It's kind of that green teal line. I kind of color code stuff because when I see, when I'm zoomed in on a chart, I want to see when a big level breaks. I want to see it. So Disney broke a very big level. It's got the moving averages curling underneath it. And so for me, we got the breakout. So move this flirt here. For me, I would like to see some consolidation dip, because I want to see, a higher low, and then I want to see a dip somewhere in the 95. I don't know if it's going to come tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to come this week or not at all. But for me, using big old resistances as support, that is my bread and butter. That's what I want to see. So Disney, I would point this out to you guys. Hopefully, some people in here trade it, but a back test to 95. I want to be a call buyer for sure on that because it's going to be a big support level. It's going to be a support from last week. The highs, it's going to have the daily 9-moving average, the highs from last week as well. PayPal. PayPal made a run, a big run, a huge run. Crying because I missed it. Missed the move last week. That's all right. I think PayPal needs a breather, but now it's back into this zone here, this big 7760. Man, that dog is annoying. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. The neighbor's dog. He's sleeping outside all day. Poor doggy. All right. So why is this zone important? Why would I want to take calls here? So multi-day consolidation last week, sell down, big buyback. Well, not big buy, but a breakout, sell down to support. Failed breakout, sell to support, ultimate close under, but a gap up, big move. So now this is a big level here in a very tradable setup for a day trade or a swing. Because again, when I take swings, it's got to be against the big level. If we're at 79, we'd be flat in the middle of the zone. I'd say, hey, wait on it. But PayPal, I think, is one to watch. It's going to have the moving averages creeping up. So if we start consolidation around the 77.6 zone, I'm going to be trying to be bullish on this name first. But so again, bounces, consolidation, whatever it is around this zone here, I want to try and catch, a big move up off this zone here. On the opposite, if I start seeing rejection, I'm looking to go short and possibly swing short on it. I could swing calls as well, but this is a big zone, a big pivot zone, because if we give up this spot and we don't reclaim it for a couple of days, that's where I look to get, bearish and look for these other targets down here. So PayPal is a very nice name, you guys. If you don't trade it a lot, I would definitely add it to your list. 77.6 is one to watch. And I think since it made such a huge run, I'm not saying I'm bearish on the market, but when you look for stuff like this, and that's also, you guys, when you catch SPY and Qs are selling hard, and you want to catch those other names, like maybe you don't want to trade SPYs and Q. This is where you scan your watch list, you guys, and you look for other names of, okay, did it give out a big level? Yes. Okay, let's get bearish on this and follow the wave as well, because that gives you confidence to hold a trade longer. It gives you confidence that the trend and the selling pressure is going to hold on this. And so PayPal's a big one. What other to have on my list? Citibank. It's kind of the same thing. 62 is all that matters early tomorrow. 62 on C. The ticker is just the letter C. Big spot. We hold 62. I'm looking to day trade off of this, taking the 62s and a half. You catch a $1 move during the day on this, that is paying very, very nice. You catch a 50-cent move, you catch off 62 flat, you take this to 62 and a half. That's going to pay you. Okay. Underneath that, I'm day trade bearish under 62, and I'm looking for selling pressure to, something like this price action to sell down in this lower 61. Okay. Let me check the chat again. There's a couple of repeats. Low, Visa, and ANF. What is most important? Because we're running out of time. What do you want to hear? Hurry up. You got 10 seconds if you're still in here. Oh, Fitness and Futures, RBLX. I'll let the other person reply. RBLX got whacked. I know why it rejected. I mean, my thesis, but I don't know why it rejected so hard. When I say I know why I rejected, let's pay attention to this tan line up here, guys. Big spot here, rejection. Big rejection there in the daily, and then that big kill candle. I don't know if that was news or what, but the volume backs, that was a bad day. 47 and a half, a $2.50 sell. But again, my point was the rejection, why it rejected. Look at that. Big double top, big supply, whatever it is. So there's just sellers here at 47.5, whether you want the breakout or not. Sellers are parked here, big money's parked here, and they're just not letting it break out. Whatever reason it is, you can't fight it because you don't have enough money to influence that. And so big spot here. who was that? Fantasy Futures, Mark 44 and then Mark 43.7. So we're on the daily here, just to give some context of what I'm looking at here. This is the daily, and you can see hard sell, but you can see a hard bounce there, very hard bounce. Okay, still indecisive candle, I guess you could say. Not really a doji, I think it's too thick. But anyway, closed in the zone here, so we can call this a pocket of volume, whatever you want to call it, some consolidation. So on the daily, I'm looking to day trade this. My ceiling is 45. My floor is 44, or even better, 43.73. So when I zoomed in look, and also you guys, so I'm still on the daily. We broke the daily 9, we broke the 20. Okay, we opened under the 20, and you can see we're rejected. So when you see rejections like this, it's no accident, you guys. Those are algos doing the work. That's a little bit too zoomed in. Now I got this to deal with. Move that. So for me, RBLX, I'm just day trading this. I want to be a day trader. I'm not swinging calls unless I bottom tick something down here. But again, it's in a consolidation pocket. So early next week, break 45 zone, SPY looks bullish. That's a green light for some swings. That's a green light to be bullish over 45. Continue rejections on 45, day trade it. Continued bounces down in this zone here, this lower zone here. Day trade and swing with caution. And I'm saying that in air quotes. If you bottom tick down here and you ride it to 45, just take your money and look for a breakout retest. There's no reason to, there's no reason to catch this bottom tick. Don't sell. Like, oh, I think the breakout's coming, and then it looks good. And what do they do? Like, it looks, oh, breakout's coming. Then pre-market, boom, sell down, open, and then boom. Now you're back to 20% or whatever it is. It's like, why did you not take this bottom tick on profits? And so for me, to be a bull, you need to break over that 45 again, or see some multi-day consolidations down there. Got it. I was thinking short before. Yeah, definitely. This is where you can be swing bearish or swing or day trade bearish. I'm sorry. Break under here tomorrow, for sure, because if they buy it back up, you're not risking much. I don't know if I'd hold a 25%, 25-cent push on the stock, to say, hey, I'm stopping out. But a break under here and retest, and what you do or should do, you look at these wicks here. So, break under 43.7, and you start looking at this price action here. To me, that's easy price action under that zone there. Like, I look left immediately and I go, hey, I draw this shaded area. There's wicks here. Hopefully you guys can see this. And I would literally just extend this out and boom, say, oh, what's your game plan? How do you figure that out? That's my game plan. Delete this one. Break under. You always see my charts. If I alert something, my stop out zone is a shaded area. Boom, easy. Because like, this is an easy bearish trade. I can take puts. You take the 43.5. I'm stopping out. If we reclaim Friday's low of the day, we bounce up, break down, retest. I get puts here. We push up. Well, guess what? We reclaim the low. What do? We just double bottomed off Friday's low. So guess what? It's time to be cautiously bullish for a bounce. There's no reason to hold puts when you reclaim last week's low and just hold and go, I don't want to sell because I have too much pride or whatever it is. I don't want to lose money. You could have sold for 18 to 20% loss, and now you're holding this whole move against you, and now you're down 50, 60%, whatever it is. And so make your losses small, you guys. The other person did not reply back. Maybe they're not in here. VST. VST, are you looking for a day trade? What are you looking for on this one? Who was it that asked? Lloyd Samuel, what you looking at on this? Because I see this recent price action. I see This maybe. Maybe. I like to get a few touches multi-day. We got 2 touches here, so tight price action. You know, if you're a bear, you go, hey, we just made a lower high, stair step down, and you want to see, if you're a bear, you want to see a sell through 116. And I'm just talking for a day trade perspective right now. Break under this, I'm bearish under 116 for a day trade because I want to see sell through this, a hold of this higher low and a hold of 116.2-ish, 116.12. And I'm looking to make a higher low and continue to be bullish. But again, you got this price action from last week. And so you bottom tick, or you know what I'm saying? You bottom tick here at 116. You trim here at Friday's highs, boom. And guess what? You need to go look and you go, okay, last week's highs here at 123. You definitely take profit there, especially for a day trade. If you're swinging and you got time, maybe ride it out. But let's see how much 123, 122.50 lines up. Larger time frame. I bet it is this all-time high. I have a feeling this is all-time high. Yes, it is. So, okay, it's all-time high. That's fine. Guess what? What did SPY do when it got to all-time high? It rejected big. So you bottom tick here, you better sell all-time high. You don't trade, you don't watch calls go here and go, okay, now I'm getting calls, and you get a big rejection down. Okay. Let me make sure there's no commentary on this. I want to be a bull. Yep. Be a bull off 116. But this is all-time highs, guys. So, tread lightly with caution. I don't care if you want to go up more. I don't care if you see flow. Doesn't matter. If big money doesn't want to break this out and go more, it's not going to. Ideally, what you want to see, consolidation for a couple days here, and then a big spring move. That's where you catch the big moves up. So ideally, you want to see some consolidation here. Maybe catch the day trade. I mean, if you catch this in a day, you're getting paid 116 to 120, 122. That's a big payday. Lows or Visa? Visa got whacked. Let me start with lows. And I might end it here, you guys. We're going 10 minutes over. Don't know if this is all-time highs. Let me just get a line going here. Oops. Definitely some stuff to play off of for day trades and swings. Does that make sense? Yep. 262.50 makes sense. Absolutely right there. Speed of the class. Let's just go out here and zoom in more. It's all-time highs. What's the B if it's not pretty close? Okay. So here we are, guys. We're on the weekly. So, this is 2.5 years ago here. This 262.50. If you're a bull, definitely a sexy breakout weekly candle, no doubt. I think there's all-time highs. Correct me in the chat if not, but the trend is up. We got some rejection Friday, so to me, the game plan is easy. When you start a new week, what you want to do is you always want to start out. What are my highs of the week? What are my lows of the week last week? And so this is a very easy trade for me. 268, very easy spot there for me. Very easy spot. Definitely would be looking, get the breakout and retest. Don't chase that and get a big rejection. So breakout and retest that, or we start seeing some rejections, get bearish at 268 because your stop is fairly small. Again, ideally you want to see some consolidation here and you're watching that zone. And I showed you on that weekly chart at 262.50. If that gives out, that could be a multi-day, weakness trend down there. Very much so. Actually, Rena, are you still in here? Uber, you're still here. Uber could be a fun one, you guys. And then this last one. She asked me about this in DM, so we definitely got to go over it. Uber, I was a dummy trying to short at 76, but no more because I'm marking 76. I'm going to show you why I was not very smart trying to be bearish on that. Very big spot there at 76. I'm on the daily, guys. 76 is my pivot. 76 is, you know, whatever you want to call it. You know, we closed under it. You know, do we keep closing under it? So I guess, you know, last week we finally got to close under. Okay, so do we close under? Let's see if we close under. 76, definitely some price action here at, I'm on the daily. I'm just going to get some levels going just so we can get going class. 74.3. And I guess breakout mode. Let's get one over the top too. And then we'll zoom in. So let's go to 30. Okay. So 76 was big. I looked for 2 days. Was it 2 days? What day was it? I know you know, sell through it. Let me zoom in here on Thursday. Sell through 76. So to me, a breakdown and a retest for puts, that's a no-brainer. But again, my thesis was wrong. That's okay. But my point is, you keep it small. You know, this is my stop loss on Uber on Thursday. So breakdown, retest. Obviously, you want to see the breakdown and get low a day. Didn't happen. Okay, 76 reclaim. Okay, again, I was looking at this on Friday. Sell through 76. Okay, are we going to sell through it? I don't know. Again, kind of chopped around this zone here. So now we actually sold through it. So tomorrow, I'm probably going to set an alert here because I don't think for a day trade, Arena and everyone that's watching, if we push up here, because, you know, part PTSD, you know, fear, whatever you want to call it, if we sell through and we push up, you know, I don't think I'm going to take that shot right away because we see the reaction what happens when that gets reclaimed. And so for me, I would probably sit this out Monday, you know, or at least, you know, get to the 30-minute chart to 1 hour and see if we keep rejecting. Okay, see if we get some full body candles. Like, you know, this isn't really a full body candle here on Friday. What we have is some wicks on the bottom. That means buyers, and we have candle closes, you know, right there at 76. So that is basically buyers and sellers fighting. And so for me, for a day trade, if we reject 76, that's fine. But I want to see some full body candle closes below it for me to day trade into this daily 9 down here, or 75 or 74.3, or even maybe, you know, push up rejection on the day, push up rejection, maybe, you know, maybe wait till Tuesday to take your shot there, because, you know, worst thing you want to do is, you know, Monday morning opens up, you know, market's been on 15 minutes. Oh, you know, one case says, you know, old support is now resistance. Well, it is, but you don't want to take puts here and then just get smoked and then have a big push up here on 76 again. So this is the first time it's broken, you know, since 2 weeks ago. Okay. And so let's just be patient on Uber. But if we start selling through, you know, you gotta, you know, it's okay to be bearish if you want to be, but, you know, a lower high, and maybe that lower high is here, and maybe the next one's down here. So that's how, you know, go to a full screen chart, you guys, build a game plan, and then you know, trade your plan from there. But on the flip side, you know, we got this, and now it's like, oh, wait a minute, reclaim 76, and now we have a higher low. And so that's kind of how I treat Uber on that. All right, everybody trickled out, you guys. I appreciate the 5 of you that have stuck through this lecture. Hopefully got some knowledge out of it, you guys. Hopefully got some plans going for the week. But let's have a great week, you guys. DMs are always open. Send me a chart with your thesis. That's a tough word. Wow. Whatever you want it is, and let me know. Say, hey, I want to be bullish on this. What do you think? And I'll let you know. But let's have a great week, you guys. We got some big data. Check the news tab. Check Tilio's newsletter. We got some big stuff coming this week. So trade lightly, trade smart, and always watch your levels, you guys. Talk to you later.